This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
Do whatever we want.
Boom! What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boys Mike and Wayne, and we are back to bring you guys a 49ers game recap. Now, normally we do the overreaction show. I get a bunch of people on, but guys, I was on vacation, so I apologize about that. We only took victory shots, man, and then we got up out of Dodge because I was out in Cancun and I had some things to do. You know what I'm saying? But listen, guys, we want to thank everybody for checking us out, man. Let me run through these formalities really quick, and then we'll get down to the get down, all right? If this is your first time here on the YouTube page and you guys enjoyed the channel, please give us a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on notifications so you know exactly when we're going live in the future. Give us a follow on some of our social media platforms. Some of you guys are watching from there right now. Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. You guys can go ahead and give us a follow over there. Nothing But 9 ERS. That is the number 9, Nothing But 9 ERS. We also have Twitch and Facebook. All right, and that's where other people are. All right, it's Nothing But Niners, spelled all the way out. We have a Patreon channel for you guys, man. Look, it was going down on Patreon, guys. We have worked out all the kinks so far, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's where the watch parties happen. It all goes down over there. So make sure you guys head on over there, patreon.com/NB9ERS. All right. Again, I am your guy, Mike Andrews, 83. To my right is my guy. He is Wayne Breezy. Wayne, what's going on, big dog? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Nightcap show. What's the echo, man? Where's this echo coming from? There's no echo the whole time when you're doing the show. Now there's an echo.
You got an echo right now? Hold on. Let me double check my microphone real quick.
Only when I let me check.
I want to turn off the thing if it's my thing that's doing it. Let me see. Hold on.
You can hate me now, but it won't stop now.
Anything else? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Okay. All right, cool. There we go. All right. So I think we got it all figured out over here. Hopefully there's no more echoes. I moved the microphone just a little bit. But we are here, man. All right. So Wayne, man, the dust is settled, man. We got a lot of things to discuss here. I'm going to throw some topics at you. But before we do, man, look, the game is over. The Niners win 33-17, 33-16, something like that. They go out there and they do to the Dolphins what people thought the Dolphins were going to do to us. And I'll be honest with you, bro. That first play of the game, I was like, okay, we got a war. That's how I felt. The first play of the game, I was like, all right, we got a war. Jimmy comes out. He marches down the field, takes a sack. We still get the field goal. And I was like, all right, we ready. We built for this. I'll take a well-executed opening drive over a lucky strike. You know, it was a 7-8 yard pass that he ended up taking to the house of school. But I'll take that 3-point well-executed drive over the lucky strike because the luck is going to eventually wear out. So I was like, all right, here we go. And then the tide turned. Jimmy never came back out. Brock comes back out. I'm nervous as a mud clucker because I'm like, oh, my God, they took my man Jimmy off in the cart. And then Brock marches down the field and he gets in the end zone. Explain to me your emotions watching those 3 drives happen. All right, so they get the touchdown. We come out, we march, we get the field goal. They go 3 and out. Then we come out, we march, we get a touchdown. How are you feeling at that moment? The score.
I didn't even see the first drive, the first play, yo.
Most
I,
people didn't. They were still trying to find the channel, or
I was
at the concession stands.
I was trying to get to my seat. So
Mhm.
I was too busy handling some things out there. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm hearing the crowd cheering. So I'm thinking something happened, something good happened. It was like kickoff, first play. They must was cheering for the kickoff, and then that touchdown happened so fast. The residual of the kickoff cheer was still good. Was there a big hit on the kickoff, or did it just go out of bounds? I don't know.
Wow. Oh, so you never saw. Okay, so open the kickoff went out the back of the end zone.
Okay,
They just let it go.
it was the Trent
People,
Sherfield 75-yard one play, one thing for him that he ain't touched the ball after that.
I will
Look,
say this: a big reason why the people were cheering. Fred Warner was out there getting the crowd hype, like on before the snap of the first drive.
oh, that's what
He
the
was
cheer
doing,
was. Okay.
yeah. So he was telling the crowd to get loud. You know, it was like a big moment for them, and you know, it didn't work out, and this wasn't getting it done. So yeah, but so you figured out. I know you saw the rest of it. Brock runs down, he gets the touchdown.
No, that
Now
so
at that point,
I missed the
it's
Jimmy thing too. I
right.
got to my seat right when I got to my seat. I was like, "Why is he? What happened?" I must have saw the. I didn't even see the cart. I don't know what I saw. All I know is I saw Brock. That's what I
Right.
saw. Mhm.
So then give me your feelings, man. 10-7, Brock out there. How do you feel before anything else happens? You don't know if they're going to score on the next drive. You don't know what Brock is going to do the rest of the way. You got to give me how you felt, man, because your heart had to be doing something like mine was.
I mean, when I realized that Jimmy Garoppolo was hurt, like my heart went out to Jimmy, and I was nervous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now we're bringing in uh essentially your third starting quarterback who hasn't practiced with the ones. I mean, he was your guy that was running the other team reps and stuff like that, which was good. But I was nervous. And I wasn't sure because Brock missed a couple of throws, but he hit his first when he hit his first throw. I was like, okay, this guy's getting the ball out of his hand quick, and there's zip on the pass. And he was throwing some stuff in some tight windows. I'm like, okay. So when he marched down there, got that touchdown, which to Juice, I was like, all right, I see where this is going. Like, this is good. The 49ers offense was able to run the ball. Don't forget, you can't take that part out of the game. They were able to run the ball, and it was a lot of quick throws, right?
Yes,
And they
sir.
were quick, high percentage throws. It was the cornerbacks were playing off, guys were running quick slants. He was just throwing the ball on darts to those spots, and the guys were making catches. But I want to go back and say this. If Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't get hurt, I think we beat this team by like 50 points, yo.
Yes.
I,
Yes.
yo, I d- Jimmy hit back to back like it was a 30 burger and a 20 burger, like back to. He had 56 yards on 2 plays, bro. And I really feel like, and I've never said this about Jimmy, but I do know that he continued to get more confident as he played. He was really confident. And if Jimmy doesn't try to make a play, it's possibility he doesn't get injured, bro.
I don't know if he was trying to make a play as much as he was trying
He
to.
was, he was trying to get out of the sack, right? Instead of just taking the sack.
Right, but so I from my view, the man ran right past Trent Williams. Now it was extra pressure on that side, so it came from Jimmy's left, and I think he saw it and just tried to move, maybe minimalize the blow that he was about to take because this guy was a free rusher.
Nah,
He just
it was too. Jimmy hiked the ball. He stepped out to the right. So I don't know where you talk about Trent's guy. I gotta go back and rewatch because
no. I didn't say it was Trent's guy. It was an extra rusher from the left side. I said from Trent's side.
Oh.
And that's what caused Jimmy to move to the right. And then McGlinchey tried to hold his guy.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
my
when they
point is
converged.
take the sack. Don't he held up the sack and then tried to maneuver in that. And in that, Jalen Phillips coming from behind, which is the guy from Trent's side, right? Jalen Phillips. It wasn't an extra rusher, it was just
From
the
the left
guy
side.
from the left side, right? Just happened to come from behind and need him in the ankle. Now, I'm not saying he wouldn't have got injured. I just felt like when he had the guy on him, how come the refs just didn't call him down? Like There was guys on him. Just call the sack, blow the whistle.
I mean, I still think they were going to come down on him. I still think they kind of just like fell down on him, and his foot twisted up real weird in there and everything.
Jalen knee from the back fell on his ankle. So if I could have the still shot, you'll see that Jalen Phillips' knee, as he was bringing him down, went on his ankle. And it just looked like Jimmy was trying to stay up and not get extra yards. So maybe me saying him trying to make a play is the wrong thing. He just was trying to escape the sack, like trying to get out of the sack.
Well, yeah, I think if he could have done anything different, he should have stepped up instead of stepping to the right. Yeah. Is what I think he should have done, because Mike McGlinchey had his guy beat. If Jimmy steps up, he would have been able to hold him, because now Jimmy would have been here, Mike was here, and Mike's defender was here. But because Jimmy went to the side, it allowed Mike McGlinchey's guy to keep looping around him, and then Mike had to extend his arm to try to hold him.
Get the play up, all right? So you keep talking, and I'm
gonna. But it's cool. I mean, but like I said, Trent blocked his guy. I don't know if there was supposed to be a running back that picked that extra guy up, or if they thought something different was going to be happening. But it was just a free rusher, and he came so quick. Jimmy was just like, I got to get out of here. I don't think he wanted to take that kind of blow right away, straight out the gate. And I think that's where it all kind of went. I think
if you would have took the blow straight out of the gate, Mike, and this is all hindsight. We making shit up. But if he would have just took the blow, he would have got sacked. And then it was the other guy that injured Jimmy Garoppolo. It wasn't Mike's guy. So I'm trying to get you to understand. It was the guy from the left. Because Jalen Phillips.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with the guy.
So if Jimmy would have just said, you know what, bump it, I'm sacked, there's a possibility he wouldn't have got injured. These are freak injuries, guys. We can't say that it wouldn't have happened. And I'm just saying, like, damn, like if Jimmy could have found a way to prevent this injury, like Jimmy was playing I swear to goodness he would have put up like a 50 burger on his defense, yo. This defense was dazed and confused, and they blitzed the hell out of it. So if Brock Purdy's beating the blitz, I know Jimmy Garoppolo's beating the blitz.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they blitz like that if it's Jimmy in there. If it's not Purdy,
I think they come with a couple of all-out blitzes, bro, which they did the same with Purdy. I think they do that. I really do. Every team has done it. So I don't think the Miami Dolphins would have been any different. But I don't think they would have been successful. It was so weird, man. Like it was crazy.
Did you find the play over there yet?
I'm getting it right now, so bear with me.
So I'm gonna take this hat off. I want to say shout out to Miss Debbie. After I got this bad boy, I ordered some jerseys that I thought would go well with it. It's the gold and black. I don't know if y'all can see the numbers or anything, but my head's too big for hats, so I had to kind of just prop it up there and let it float for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they talking trash in the chat.
They talking trash about what? My hat?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care what. Come on, man. You know me better than that. But I wanted to show y'all that I can coordinate too. Wayne ain't the only one.
Yo, you got some of these. That throw to Aiyuk was nice. Like Jimmy was about to be nice.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think Jimmy was poised for a big game here, and he's been getting better and better as the games went on. He came in there that first game against Seattle. Yeah, against Seattle. We thought, oh yeah, like look at Jimmy. All right, he's cool. And then he had a rough couple of games after that. But he said it straight up. He told us, and I wasn't buying it. I'll be completely honest with you. I wasn't buying it. I was like, nah, like this is just Jimmy. He was like, well, I haven't had an off season. Like I got to get my timing and stuff down. But I'll be damned if he didn't get better game after game. I'm really, really sad to hear about Jimmy Garoppolo and the injury that he sustained. But we did get a little bit of good news. All right, hold on. Wait. Let me take the thing off. Let me take the brand. Let me change it. We did get a little bit of good news afterwards in that, in the sense that Jimmy might not be done for the whole season.
Correct.
They did say that he doesn't require surgery.
He's going to be done for the whole season, but he might
for the regular season.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is it here.
All right. So like, I saw Jimmy try to do some acrobatic stuff. So I want to know what you saw. And
all right. So pause it here.
Yeah.
All right. So you can see there's 3 guys to the left of the center.
Yeah.
All
1, 2, 3. So this linebacker right here, this outside linebacker, must have been the guy you were talking about. Because I don't even see Jalen Phillips on this play. He must be on. See, Jalen Phillips is on the right side. They lined him and Ingram up on the right side. So I'm Ingram, Phillips, and
my man using VLC player. I could tell by the volume bar. All
I
right,
love
so
this joint, yo. Working like
VLC is undefeated, but it don't care what kind of video you playing, bro. You can play old ass videos that they don't even make no more. VLC will play all of them joints, bro. Hey, wait. Put this in slow motion. That's another thing I like about VLC is you can change the speed on it.
So I gotta go to the screen up here because there's a way to do it on the
playback right there and then speed. Go to there you go. All right, so let's watch this thing here. All right, so right there. See, my 55 comes at Jimmy.
Hold on, I want to get it a little bit slower, bro.
Oh, okay.
All right. So yeah, so the linebacker is 55. He was sacked right there. Jalen Phillips, which is the guy that Mike McGlinchey was supposed to pick up, which is 15. McGlinchey doesn't really get a block on him because if he does, it's probably like a hold. You get what I'm saying? And so Jimmy just should have just went down right there. Jimmy spins, he gets out. Phillips hits him from the backside.
Rewind it again really quick because I want to see. There was somebody in the backfield. I think it was Deebo, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Deebo in the backfield with them. Right? Isn't that Deebo right there? That's 19.
Back there, but isn't he going out for a route?
He just runs past the guy.
Because Deebo's running a route.
So that guy's allowed to just come in freely?
Jimmy has to get the ball out of his hand quick. Like we've seen this.
To who?
Christian McCaffrey? It's right there. Like
what?
It's Mike. Deebo's not accounted to pick up the block right here.
This is the problem with watching stuff on replay and watching stuff in slow motion.
Like a screenplay, bro.
He had no time to get that ball to McCaffrey, bro, at all.
You're telling me who is Deebo supposed to block if he's running a route?
Don't run the route. You back as
his job is to run the route.
We don't know that.
How do we always disagree on and agree, yo?
Well, because listen to this. If Deebo's the guy that's on the side,
I watched this all game. Not to cut you off, and it's not just Deebo, but I've watched the same formation with different people, and they don't pick up that guy. Even Brock Purdy completed a pass like this. But if you're saying it's supposed to be Deebo, fine. I'm guess.
Saying that if there's an overload on one side, the running back is supposed to account for it. Am I wrong?
If it's a regular freaking running back. I mean, Deebo's running a route. I don't get it, but okay. Anyway, I felt like Jimmy, if he would have just took the sack, the other bodies wouldn't have came on to him. 55 is right in his face. Jimmy could have even threw the ball at his feet, right? He was outside the pocket. He could have just threw the ball at the dude. We watch Tom Brady do it all the time. Like when the guy get in your face, just dead the play, move on to the next. Don't even take the sack. Like there's just different ways, you know. I felt like he could have avoided that, but some people saying Deebo's block, and some people saying does whatever. I don't give a care. Jimmy's got to dead that ball and throw it into the ground. There's a receiver in his area. Like, I'm not saying float the ball in the air for it to get picked, but yeah.
Just chip him. God damn. Just like put an arm out, slow him down a little bit. And the problem is the play required Jimmy to take either a 3-step drop. He hasn't taken a full step yet, and you paused it already. And that guy is free. And that's not Trent Williams' fault.
I don't think it's Deebo's fault either. I really don't. I don't think that was his block. I could be wrong, and I don't care.
And so all right, so then if it's a free rusher, Kyle,
free rusher, there's supposed to be a check down for him to get rid of this.
I was gonna say Deebo should have just turned right away,
or
instead of running more.
He was right there running that route. Look, he's open right there. Jimmy's not looking at him, though. So why is Jimmy? So this is how. Hold on, Mike. But this is how you know it's a route, because look at where Jimmy's looking.
Jimmy's looking for. All right. So all right. Hear what I'm saying. If it's a free rusher coming, Kyle talks about this all the time. we don't worry about blitzers because the play is designed that if it's a blitzer, we have something in it to beat it already. So that means that if they know it's an overload to their left, the offensive left, right, then you shorten your route and turn around because the blitzer's coming. I don't have time. That's why Jimmy's looking that way. Deebo ran a full route as if it wasn't an overload on that side. And I'm not the X's and O's guy, but I've heard Kyle say this enough that all of my plays, we don't worry about blitzes because we have beaters built into each play.
So you went from blaming Deebo for the block, and now we're going to blame Deebo for the route.
Well, just turn around. Don't run a full route.
Right. No, I'm just saying. I don't mind blaming him for the route.
So
I just don't think that's his block.
So what I'm saying is either pick up the block or shorten your route and turn around right away. Because that Jimmy's clearly looking at him. Hey, bro, 100%. The ball's gotta come to you.
100%. But
and then he runs into the other guy. He runs into both coverages. It's just weird to me.
If that's the route, if that's his route, that's his route.
You have to react. No, your route has options in it. Deebo's been in this system way too long, bro.
All right.
He's been in the system too long to not know the options that you got. Oh my God, Eric Armstead is I can't wait to
if that's his route, then and he didn't react to the route properly, then it's on Deebo to reason. And I see Jerry saying we're saying that it's his fault. We're not saying that it's his fault he got hurt. What are you talking about? I'm just saying he could have prevented by just taking the sack. Like, just
right. We're not saying that he wasn't going to get. There was no way for Jimmy to not get hit on that play.
Right, he was getting hit. Just
right. None of us are arguing that.
Just right there. And look, he got out. That right there is why he got hurt. It was the spin. Look, see it right there. It's right in front of your face. Look at his foot.
And that foot is planted. The foot on the outside close to the ref is the one that's going to get hurt.
Thank you. And if he doesn't spin, it's a possibility he doesn't get hurt. Unfortunately, he's not in the game anymore. And
but if we don't see Jimmy anymore this season, I do want to officially thank Jimmy for all he did for the Niners this year, for the team. And listen, man, he deserves all kind of accolades as far as I'm concerned. That man was told by the whole team and media, we don't want you here. He bit his tongue. You know what I'm saying? He played on the side field. He was treated like a stepchild that you never wanted. And then Lance gets hurt and he comes in and don't miss a beat. And he kept a positive attitude the entire time. And I'm telling you now, Jimmy a better man than me. Y'all not going to treat me like that. Y'all not going to treat me like that and then just discard me. You know what I'm saying? And then want me to come back. Oh, now you need me. Oh, now you need me, huh? You know what I'm saying? But Jimmy is a real one. He was definitely solid. I'm proud of Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm actually officially going to give him a round of applause here. I'm going to mute my microphone so it don't cause any weird feedback, but a round of applause and a salute to Jimmy Garoppolo. We thank you for your services this year. So they go out and they get a second opinion. Oh, sorry. They go out and get a second opinion.
Second, third, maybe fourth. There's some opinions.
And the good news is he doesn't require football season ending surgery. Regular season recovery, yes. But if the Niners can make it to the postseason and win the wild card game, Jimmy will be present and available if everything goes well for the divisional round. For the divisional round,
it's 7 to 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You got 5 weeks left.
Mm-hmm.
There's no buys,
right?
So, okay, divisional round, wild card round. So everybody's a wild card team except for the first team, right?
Right. So 6 weeks is the wild card.
7 will be divisional. And if it's the 8th week, it'll be the NFC Championship.
Right. So we'll see what happens though, man. What's done is done, and again, thank him for his service. But now we got to talk, man. We got to talk. I'm gonna throw some names at you, and I want to get your opinion on these guys. And what?
Oh boy, please don't say the one name I hope you think you're gonna say.
Oh, I'm gonna say a lot of names today, and I'm gonna put some questions out there. I just want to get your opinion on everything, see what you think about it. So the first thing is this, man. Brian Greasy is he the MVP acquisition of the 49ers this offseason?
I remember nobody.
For those of you guys who don't know who Brian Greasy is, Wayne, you want to
it.
break it down for everybody? Let them know who he is.
You want me to talk about my Michigan guy? That's what we doing here.
I'm trying to give you your opportunity, bro. You know what I'm
man,
saying?
Well, when we hired him, I tried to tell y'all motherfuckers about Brian Greasy, but y'all ain't want to hear it. Oh, he has no quarterback coaching experience. Oh, he's not this, he's not that. Listen, Brian Greasy came in here. He was getting Trey Lance together. You saw after a couple of weeks with Jimmy, he got him together. And it's a possibility. This is probably some of the reasons why Brock Purdy's success is accelerated to where it is now. Why? Because he's a quarterback. And so he may have never coached quarterbacks, but he's a freaking quarterback. I don't understand why you don't hire quarterbacks to coach quarterbacks, running backs to coach running backs, linebackers to coach linebackers, DBs to coach DB. I just don't get why would you even get somebody from Harvard that never played football to coach a position group? If anything, get the position player that played in that position to coach the group. They played it. They've seen it. They know how to study it. They know how to break it down. Why? It's in their mental.
And if it's my team and I got the free reign to hire who I want, I'm also going to hire a DB's coach to be in my quarterback's room.
Hell yeah.
Why?
What you mean why? So he can learn how to read the fucking defenses and the coverages,
exactly.
bro.
So that way now you have a DB telling you.
You don't have to do that, Mike. What I want, this is what I'm hoping Trey Lance does. Maybe he's doing it. If I'm Trey Lance, I'm not going to the quarterback meetings.
Oh, man.
I'm going to go, you watching the game. I'm going to go sit in the DB's room. I'm going to go sit in the linebackers room. Remember, I put out a tweet. If I'm Trey Lance, I'm going to sit in all the defensive sessions and learn how to play in the mind of the defender. He has the time. He can't play. If I'm Trey, that's what I'm doing. And I'm not saying that's not what he's doing, but you don't got to hire those type of coaches to coach whatever. We got him on the team. Now, it's up to Trey to take that responsibility on himself and say, hey, or any quarterback, not just Trey. I'm just saying Trey because he can't play.
Right.
That's what I would do. Wouldn't you do that? I would do that.
Not only would I do that, but I'd be sitting in on all these meetings because Trey is used as a runner so much. I would want to know also when they see me under center what they're teaching. This Niners defensive line is for real. Especially now that Eric Armstead is back. This Niners defensive line is real. And I want to say this about Trey also. He's not on my list, but I wanted to give him some kudos as well. As soon as he realized Brock Purdy was going in, he was in his face between every set of series, going over everything with him on that film, on the breakdowns and everything, bro. My man was like right there. Maybe I never paid attention to it. I didn't see that with Jimmy. I felt like Trey felt I can't teach Jimmy much. I'm supposed to be learning from him. He's the veteran here. But Trey, with his second year in the system and all that, hey, look, let me tell you what I'm seeing. Tell me what you see. This is what I see. And he was there going through everything on the Microsoft Surface with Brock Purdy on the sidelines every single time they showed him on the sideline. I was so proud of seeing Trey step up and say, the team needs him. They need me to help him. We're all going to work together and do this. This was a true team win. I was really, really proud of the team.
So you know what that means, Mike? I guarantee you Trey is sitting in all them rooms and doing exactly what I'm suggesting that he should be doing.
Yeah. Yep.
Because he's becoming, not only is he a student of the game, he's becoming a leader of the game. Leader of the new school.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. It was a very, very beautiful thing to see. So Brian Greasy, man, he deserves some kudos. He's going to be, I guess, my coach of the game. I was going to say my player of the game. I'm going to give him my coach of the game for having that young man, Brock Purdy, so prepared, so ready. My man was reacting to blitz as well.
Mhm.
He did a couple of things I didn't like. He has no problem turning his back to the defensive line, trying
Yeah,
to get away from the sack. That shit made me nervous as hell. Hey, young man, this is not Iowa State.
bro. He ran into Melvin Ingram's breastplate, bro, and fell down too. Like
And it's funny because he did that 3 different times in the game, and
he
twice
did
it
it
worked out for him.
right.
Twice it worked out for him.
I
He
just
hit McCaffrey on one play. You know what I'm saying? I think another one that went to Aiyuk. But man, oh man, did he turn around and just boom? Oh shit! What you doing here?
at one time. You know what? It's a learning experience. I bet you he won't do that shit again.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
Remember back in the day when Ocho Cinco was on the Bengals
Okay.
and he tried to blindside block Ray Lewis and Ocho was mic'd up. It was one of the best mic'd up experiences I've ever seen in my entire life. And he was like, "Oh, I got a free hit on Ray." And Ray didn't even see him, but by the time he turned, he just boom. And Ocho just laid on the ground. And the microphone caught him saying, so they helped him up. He was like, "Oh, I accidentally hit Ray." they get him off to the sideline. He was like, "It went terribly wrong." I thought I had him because I was going blindside hit him, but it hurt. Like, yo, it was hilarious, man. Like, that was one of my favorite ever. One of my favorite mic'd up moments ever. But that's what it reminded me of. Like, Purdy just ran into somebody that just didn't. I don't know, man. It was weird.
It was more like this, right? You're checking your vicinity. You ever run into a wall by mistake? You ever run into a glass door or a wall by mistake? Just like you. All right. So sometimes you never played football and like ran into a tree. Like the tree wasn't there when you ran the route, and then all of a sudden it was there when you caught the ball because of where the quarterback threw the pass.
I've run into the stands like on the edges. You know what I mean? Like running
Yeah.
too fast.
Oh, that
running
hurt.
past the
I'd
pass.
rather run into a tree. But nah,
Yeah.
seriously, like that's kind of what he did. Like Ingram wasn't there, and then he turned, and then he was there, and it was just like bam, and he just fell down like that. It was funny. It was funny, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you can't run into a sack, bro. If you're gonna get out, just get out and keep going that way. Where maybe you could get a late hit out of bounds or something. But what I did like, what that did lead me to think is that Brock Purdy's trying to make a play. And he's trying to get the ball out of his hand. And I mean, he has a doo-doo arm, but he's trying to get the ball out of his hand. I don't think his arm is good, Mike. I'm sorry, bro. That shit is weak.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm not gonna argue against that. The downfield stuff seemed to hang in the air just a little bit too long for me. I'm surprised he finished the game with only the one pick. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just
he stopped going down the field, Mike.
Hey, but what does that tell you though? He learns on the fly. He learns quick.
He's an ad-libber.
Yes, the in-game adjustments, and I was really, really happy to see those happening for him because damn, we needed those in-game adjustments. You know what I'm saying? We needed them. So let's go ahead and talk about Brock Purdy since we already on him, man. Overall, what were your thoughts on the young man? He's his big performance, man. This is, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Well, I'll tell you at the end. But what were your thoughts on Brock Purdy, man?
I mean, overall, I thought he came in and he played well, yo. Like I thought he played well under the circumstances that he was in. And he helped his team win, he helped his team get to a victory. And that's the only thing you can ask for, your backup quarterback when they come in the game. Do what you got to do. Don't turn the ball over. Continue to just run what we give you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I do think that this game was a little different. I felt like, I don't know if it was just me, but it looked like Kyle Shanahan just let him play football. Like that's kind of what I was getting from this. Like it wasn't a bunch of stuff where he had to make all these reads because when he was asked to make the reads, he clearly missed the reads, right? Like if you go back to that third down play, that was the third. I think it was like 3rd and 3. We needed a first down. He's targeted. I'm hitting George Kittle. George Kittle's gonna give me his first down, but man, if he just makes the throw to Tyler Kroft, it's a touchdown. Like at least it's closer to the 1 yard line. And if Tyler Kroft can't get it in, but there was nobody. Tyler Kroft had a safety. He had Melvin Ingram, trailing him. I just don't think he would have caught him. Like I don't. So there were some things that his reading, like he's not reading the field as well. But listen, what I loved about him, he's getting the ball in his hand quick with his zip. He has a sidearm. He has an over sidearm. He has a 3/4 sidearm, and it all got zip. All his balls passes got zip. Pause. All his
The short one.
passes have zip. Yeah, they had a lot of zip and pop. I'm like, okay, and the majority of them were accurate. So I'm like, okay, that's the game plan going forward if the defenses can't catch on to that. Because if I'm the defenses, I'm pressing. They were giving up cushion so Aiyuk could run those slants.
What I was going to ask you was, do you think you see more blitzes coming at this young man? Like,
Yeah,
I think everybody wants to give him this welcome to the NFL moment.
Well, that's a good assessment, right, Mike? That's a good point to have as well. But just because he's a San Francisco 49er, he's going to get blitzed. If he was on any other team, I watch all these guys, they don't try to get to these quarterbacks like they do the Niners. It's like they want to make a statement against the 49ers. So I saw some good screen passes in this game. Christian McCaffrey had a 30-yard one. Deebo Samuel had a big one. Will we see that utilized more? To me, that looks like his strength. It looks like he throws a better screen pass even than Jimmy Garoppolo. So I will say that they got to figure out how to utilize him. The defenses are going to try to take him out. And he was able to read the all-out blitz. That's pretty cool. I thought that was really cool for a first-year, 7th-round pick NFL that can read the all-out blitz. Like, that's preparation that you talked about earlier.
So I did notice that towards the end of the third quarter and for the rest of the game, they would show 5-6 men in the box, but they'd only rush 3.
Yeah,
those were the plays that caused him to hesitate. So I think he was excited that the pressure was coming, right? I think the Niners and then we're coaching him up saying, hey, listen, you're going to send some pressure at you because you're a rookie. You know what I mean? And so he was ready to get rid of the ball quickly. He would drop back and he would cock his arm back, but then he would see everybody drop back in coverage like, oh, shit. That caused him to hesitate a little bit. I'm wondering how much of that we see with the Bucs. The Bucs have a very, I'm not going to say old, a veteran. There you go. They have a veteran defense.
Yeah, but they still play well, Mike. Like Levante David, Devin White would be their young linebacker. They still play well. They're top 8 defense, bro.
Right.
Just check their stats. They highly ranked. And I think 8th, whatever they're ranked 8th in is like the lowest ranking from their defense.
Right.
But if you look, this is what the 49ers are going to do. And I know this is not that show, but East and West, right? Because they don't have the speed of the linebackers. And I think that those guys will eventually wear out. You just don't want them blitzing your quarterback. So guys are going to have to catch these passes. They're going to come out hot and they're going to have to catch the passes and then get yak. I think that's how you beat Tampa Bay. You keep their defense on the field. You run long ass drives. And this is not necessarily just keeping the ball from Tom Brady. It's just wearing out that defense.
Yeah. Now let's stick to the offense, not the offensive game plan, but let's, we're talking about the offense, other players on the offense here. Deebo Samuel. I had such mixed emotions watching Deebo in this game. Right?
I could tell because we just stayed 20 minutes on that. He missed that.
No, that was just that. And I don't even think I wasn't mad at Deebo on that play at all. In fact, until you put the play up there, I didn't know who the running back was that was back there. So I was just upset at whoever was there, either chip the guy or turn around faster so that the ball can come to you. Because I do remember Jimmy looking that way. And I know that the free rusher came from that side. I was like, somebody had to be over there. But that's not a Deebo thing. I would have had that same feeling towards whoever. But watching Deebo, when he gets the ball in his hands, it is a spark. It is instant energy. Like the Niners have so many of those guys on this team, from Kittle. Aiyuk don't quite get the team fired up the way that Kittle and Deebo do. But with Deebo, it's different. That one play where Deebo had 5 guys around him,
tucked under them,
and he tucked. It was the most impressive play for a loss I've ever seen in my life.
He lost 4 yards, but he was supposed to lose 14 yards.
He was 1 block away from actually making something out of that, right?
I know.
Now, with all that being said, this dude, is he? Can we have an honest conversation for just 1 second?
Sure.
All bias aside.
Sure.
Is Deebo a good route runner?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's a good route runner. I think he can run routes, but I don't think he's a good one.
So can we explain the difference, or can I tell you what I see and you tell me if that's what you mean by it when you say no?
Sure.
Deebo can run all the routes,
He could
but he doesn't get any separation, it seems
he
like.
could run all the routes, but he's not a good route runner. In order to be a good route runner, you have to create separation.
So how can a guy who pulls away from people in the open field not be able to create separation in running the routes? Help me understand that, because
It has something to do with the way he runs, right? So I think Deebo runs really hard and he plants his feet really hard. So I think those cuts that we're looking for to when it's trying to hit, like, so when you watch Brandon Aiyuk want to run a rip route, or if you in this game when you watch CMC, he did the same motherfucking play, Mike, that he did last week and got open. I was like, oh God. Even Jawan Jennings ran a route in this game. I don't know if it was more of the scheme where you had the guy over the top, which is Brandon Aiyuk taking the guy out, and then that safety was struggling to get back down on the Jawan Jennings. But it's not like Deebo. It's not that he can't get open. It's just that Deebo is this type of receiver, right? If you see him in man coverage, just throw him the damn ball. He'll catch a contested pass better than him trying to get in to and out of the route trying to get open. I just think that's who he is. He catches better in traffic than he does not in traffic. I guarantee you, if we look up Deebo's drops, I bet you they all not in traffic. I bet you they all
you think he drops like the gimmies,
yes.
like he gets like too excited, like, oh, it's about to be
Yes.
something. And one of those things where like we see it all the time, all over the NFL. This
Yeah,
is
but
not
Deebo's
Deebo thing.
notorious for that because he's already trying to beat 11 people into the end zone.
Right.
Instead of catching the pass and then taking what the field's going to give him. But in traffic, that in this game, not all Purdy's passes was perfect. Deebo had to catch
Right.
these, catch these, catch these. I'm like, where he get hands from? Like,
right.
it's
And then,
confusing.
like,
I think that's what you started this off saying. Like, he's
right.
confusing.
Because like the catches that he makes, I'd be like, oh, let's go. Because he'll catch like with a dude going for a piggyback ride on him. He'll bring those down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like, bro, like just a little bit of separation, and he'll be like, I would put him in my top 5 if he could just get a little bit of separation consistently. He's still one of the best weapons. He's a top 5 weapon in the NFL. So be clear with what we're saying, guys, because this is not by any means Deebo hate. Let's be very clear with what we're saying, right? I don't think either one of us are hating on him. I'm specifically asking about his route running ability to create separation while running those routes. Because once he gets that ball in his hands, he's a whole different animal.
Oh, he turns into a monster.
Yes.
And I can't even describe the monster because is there a type of monster that changes every time? Because that's what he does. Like, you don't know which monster you're gonna get. So it's weird. Like,
so in the comics,
who?
In the comics, the Incredible Hulk. So the more he got hit and the more angry he got, the bigger and stronger he got.
So that's what we're calling Deebo.
That's the closest thing I got for him, or the Martian dude. What's the Martian from DC? Isn't he a shapeshifter?
I just can't get into DC, so I don't know who
you never watched the Justice League cartoons. The Martian dude that can go invisible. We had the cape.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of who it is. I just know that Deebo just does amazing things on the fields.
Yes,
and I'm fine with leaving it like that. Doesn't have to be a top 5 wide receiver. He just has to be top 5 amazing.
Top 5 amazing, and that he is not just on the Niners, in the league.
League.
Top 5, he is a top 5 weapon for sure. And anybody trying to argue against that, that's just hate at that point. You know what I'm saying?
I just still to this day don't know how he made 5 people miss.
Martian Manhunter. That's what his name is.
I would have never gotten Martian Manhunter. Thank you, Jaden.
That's what it is. My man ducked down to the play you talking about, and like I thought he was going to duck down and fall. Like he put the hand down on the ground and kept it moving. Like, oh, this boy is crazy. This man is on something else.
I like this comment right here, but he's different, right? So Anquan Boldin was a sure hand catching guy, right? Didn't run great routes either. I don't think Anquan Boldin ran the best routes, but he still knew how to get open for some reason.
Good comp. This actually is a pretty decent comp.
It's a really good comp. I think the difference between the two is Deebo's more explosive. So once he gets the ball, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah,
And he's always trying to make a play. He's always
will never have he'll never have as many drops as Deebo has, but both of them are physical, hard to bring down. Deebo has another gear that Bolden just never
right.
had.
But you see how that's the difference, right? So
yeah.
drops with Deebo, but you get the gear, and you get the non-drops with him, but not that gear. To me, Anquan Bolden was a better red zone target. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
But we won't use Deebo in the red zone for somewhere because Deebo's a yak guy. He needs the ball, get it into in space, and then Deebo 9 times out of 10 can make something happen.
Look at that.
To me, that's what Deebo Samuel is, Mike.
See, if you want to show a Deebo play right here, that's the one you need to show right there.
At the 9-yard run where
it was in the fourth quarter with about 13 minutes on the clock.
Is that the sweep to the left?
Oh man. Now you're making me second guess myself. Hold on, let me pull it back.
No, I have it written down. So if you just tell me.
It was 3rd and 1, 13:30 on the clock.
Oh, that was before. That was after. Oh, that was the play after the Jennings catch. I know what you're talking about,
bro. Like, and that's perfect for the Deebo thing for me. Like when he, I'm watching it now. I just rewind. I'm gonna rewind it real quick. Let me just see. They come out in a bunch formation, and then Juice comes back. Oh wait, and then he circles back to the other side. Deebo goes across the middle. 2 guys on him. He catches the ball, spins, and is tackled by 2 other guys. And he does this after he's sitting on the ground after he gets the first down. But it's just I don't know, man. It's just what he does. It's just what he does. I don't think
Deebo has better hands than Anquan. I don't.
No. He said Deebo is more explosive. Anquan has better hands. That's right. Yeah.
That's what we were saying.
That's accurate. Yep. All right. So that's Deebo. Brandon Aiyuk hadn't had a good game, but nothing to really go crazy about, right? Was
I Brandon Aiyuk. So Mike, I know you saw this, and I think a lot of people feel like you're rubbing off on me. So the victory speech. Did you see the victory speech?
The locker room thing, right?
Yes.
Where they called him to speak after coach spoke.
No, that was last week. Did you see this week's victory speech?
I don't know if I saw. I might not. Let me tell you, I was on vacation mode, bro.
I just wanted to get your take on Brandon Ayuk's reaction when they started talking about Brock Purdy, because Brock Purdy missed him wide open in this game.
He sure did. He sure did.
I didn't post that in my Patreon when I did my stuff on
and it would have been 6.
It was 6. It was 6.
You talking about if you're looking at the play from the offensive perspective?
It was 6 points, right?
Down on the right side of the screen, right? Oh yeah. I know exactly what play you're talking about. Yeah.
So when they mentioned Brock Purdy, they went to Brandon Aiyuk face.
Oh shit!
But then he comes out with this video in this interview yesterday saying that that's his guy. So it kind of negates it, I think. But I need Mike.
See it. I might have to watch this on Patreon. I might have to watch this on Patreon.
No, it's not even on Patreon. Just go watch the victory speech. Right? It's somewhere. It's probably on my Twitter. Go watch it. Right? I mean, my Instagram, and then watch the Brandon Aiyuk thing on the Instagram, and then tell me if something going down there, because it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird.
That's my guy, though, man.
Mike, the only reason why I'm saying it is because for Brandon Aiyuk, this kid is destined to be great, and the freaking quarterback position keep changing on. I would be frustrated. Would you be frustrated?
If this was my final, all right. So before I go,
here's the stipulation.
I need you to answer this. Are they picking up his 5th-year option?
Aiyuk, yes.
Okay. So then this year, no. But if this was my contract year, just like you know how they talk about Jimmy Ward not being happy that they keep changing the way they're using them, right? In a contract year, right? Tart tweeting out, they gonna cost my man money in free agency, blah, 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 right? Yes, I will be frustrated. But if I got one more chance, then yes, I'm okay with it. I don't like it, but yeah, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be all right. I'll survive this one. You know what I mean?
But okay. I think that's nice. I feel like he has that demeanor too. I'm with you.
Here's his opportunity, right? There's a handful of receivers in the NFL. DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Cooks. It don't matter who their quarterbacks are. We saw Hopkins do it with any and everybody, right? We've seen Brandon Cooks go from team to team, traded from team to team, 1,000 yards here, 1,000 yards there. Don't matter who my quarterback is. Like I'm just going to do it. Aiyuk has an opportunity to make that kind of name for himself. He's never going to get.
He does, but those quarterbacks, Mike, not to cut you off, the row cooks the ball. like it's different. Aiyuk, yo, we got so many weapons, bro. Like, so Aiyuk is just like, dang, yo, I have my guy, man. Trey was here. I was probably getting the rock. Jimmy came here. I had to readjust. They brought in CMC. God dang it. Like, anyway, that's just me trying to stir up the pot.
But because to your point, right? Like he was the Niners' leading receiver, but then there was a game a couple weeks ago. He only had 2 receptions. Now they both were touchdowns, but he only had 2 receptions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you value that? You know what I mean? 2 receptions, 27 yards, but 2 touchdowns.
I'll tell you what, that's touchdowns.
Right.
Give me the touchdowns over receptions, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. But nah, I think Brandon Aiyuk is the guy for the 49ers and in their future. He's going to be their guy, and you can see it. And the main reason is he might not have, he's a dog, but he might not have that fired up dog. You know how you got dogs that's just about their business?
Yeah.
That would be Brandon Aiyuk. He's just about his business. Then you got dogs that get you fired up. And so I think that's the whole purpose of this team. They got different types of breeds, different breeds of dogs. And so you need that, right? You need the dogs with the loud bark. You need the dogs that don't bark but will F you up, right? You need the Saint Bernard dogs, the healthy dogs. I call like the Mike McGlincheys, right? You need all kinds of dogs. And I think the 49ers have that. And I think that's why they'll continue to be successful on this journey in spite of
the quarterback
going on. Yeah.
Okay. So the last thing I want to ask you about on offense is going to be the offensive line.
Yeah, a lot of people said it was bad. I didn't get bad.
I'll tell you my note, and it's a short one, but I put ... at the end of it. Offensive line showed everything, good and bad. ...
Yeah, like, all right, so maybe I missed all. I mean, like Banks gave up a sack this time, right? He gave up his first sack in this game. There was 3 sacks.
Right. He might have.
He definitely gave up a sack, Mike. It's okay.
No. I don't. You have to remember, I was on vacation, but I haven't.
Got you.
I am in the middle of my first rewatch since the game ended, like literally right now.
Oh, okay.
I haven't gone back and watched everything over. So everything that I'm saying is based off of memory from when it happened live. You know what I mean?
Look, it was bound to happen. I mean, look, it's what these defenses are doing, right? It's not like it's just, let me just explain to you. It's not like it's just one guy up on one guy. The offensive line is playing with numbers, right? So they're putting more defensive guys up there now. Guys want to beat the 49ers. This is what I love about this team. They want to beat us. Somehow, we still find ways to prevail because we have what we call playmakers. So if you have a quarterback that can just find a way to get rid of the ball and get it into the hands of a playmaker, then that's what's going to help this offensive line look a little bit better than what they portray to be out there. They're not going to be the type of offensive line that's going to be able to block for 3 to 5 seconds. It's just not who they are. It's not how they're built. They're built to get into space and make blocks. And so when you saw McGlinchey being the illegal man downfield, I wasn't even, Mike, the first time, I didn't blame McGlinchey.
Well, because that's all about timing, right?
Yeah, like
that's expecting the ball to be out at a certain, like people forget that these linemen don't see the quarterbacks they're blocking for. You know what I'm saying? Until it's too late. If you see the quarterback, something's probably wrong. You got spun around. The quarterback is in a spot you didn't expect to see him. And this is not an excuse for any offensive lineman. That's just the position it is. You're told to block a certain way at a certain spot, and the play, if it happens in rhythm, the ball should be out and you should be able to get downfield and start blocking. You know what I'm saying? So things like that are going to happen to players, you know, throughout the league and all over the place. Now,
100%.
I really think that this game, and the reason I asked you about the offensive line, and I said they showed everything good and bad, ... They also showed why our offensive line gets too much criticism from our fan base, because the same game showed another offensive line that didn't look nearly as good as ours. Nearly as good as ours. And I think people just completely ignore the fact that there's 31 other offensive lines in the NFL, and ours is a top half offensive line, even with the McGlinchey bad games. You know what I'm saying? Even when
I
run
think
skill
the biggest issue on the offensive line, Mike, is Jake Brindle. And I think that is what you call the Achilles. You know, that's the weakest link. And I feel like if they can't do it now, so guys, we got to stop asking for a center now. Shit not happening. We got to figure out what we can do to like, keep maintaining what we have. I don't think he's gonna progress in this offense, and I think Kyle knows that, right? I feel like you know what, Brindle is what we got. All we could do is either slide Brunskill over there when Burford comes back, or what. And I don't think they make that switch. I think they just keep rocking with what they got.
no, they're gonna keep him there. They're gonna
Yeah,
keep him there.
and then in the
I truly believe
offseason, they address some of those things that you guys are talking about. I think the center position is the most important offensive line position for Kyle Shanahan's offense to click. It just is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Alex Mack did the 49ers dirty.
Right.
I just played.
I heard you. I was just gonna let it go. I wasn't going,
He did his dirty.
So, but I think he told the team, though. I do think that they knew about that
I
before.
believe it. But then they should have definitely tried to find a way to address it, because that's the issue.
So let's flip it over to the defensive side of the ball. Okay. Let's start with Nick Bosa. I mean, another round of applause. Good performance by Nick Bosa. I heard, and forgive me if it didn't happen in this game, but I heard Nick Bosa say to Kyle, don't talk shit about me no more, or something along those lines. He said Kyle called him out in a meeting, and so when he got the sack, he said, don't talk about me no more, or something like that. Don't talk about us like that anymore.
Nick said that?
Oh, did I dream this? I swear on everything, I heard this somewhere, bro.
I don't know
if that was from this game or if that was from last game. I don't remember what game it was, but even if it happened the previous game, he cemented it with this game right here with the 3 sacks, a ton of pressures, a beast. They said it was this game.
Bro, this not going to be at Tristan Wirfs next week, bro. This week, bro.
Like, he's already out. They ruled him out for next week.
He's out. There's not a Tristan Wirfs this week.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything to stop Nick Bosa. They tried. Let me tell you, the Bucs don't have tight ends. They don't have offensive linemen. They don't have running backs. They don't have anything to stop this guy. They're going to have to put 10 people on him. This might be the game he get the sack record, bro. What, he's 6?
Hey, I still haven't seen Niners pass rusher have a better game than Alden Smith game against the Bears.
And you're not. And the reason why is because of the way that the defense was set up. I was talking about this on the show earlier today. I don't remember if it was on the John and Wayne show, if it was on the Wayne Breezy show with Travis King. We were talking about Justin Smith was such an anchor on that defensive line. And with the reason why Alden Smith was so successful his rookie year, right? Was because it was the hook, bro. Yes. It was a stunt. It was the sickest stunt I've ever seen in my life. And he was great at running it. And no matter how teams thought they could prepare for it, all Alden Smith kept doing every game was perfecting it. That he kept getting better at it. And so you gotta factor in Justin. We don't run that 3-4 defense. Now we still stunt. But now you're asking Nick Bosa to X around.
And that's what I'm gonna tell you. Bosa got a sack from the tackle position in this game.
See,
he got a sack from the fucking tackle position. Like, bro, he was all over the place. Now, I said something to Tony and Mike on a live stream. I said Bosa's not going to get 20 sacks, right? This was 2 games ago. Since then, every game we go into, the team we about to play loses at least 1 tackle.
bro. So here's the thing: Bosa has one game with no sacks this year, and in the
Okay.
games he played, he missed. Then he missed a couple of games.
He missed one. He missed one game, but he
So
left the other one, if I'm not mistaken.
in the games that he played, there's only one without a sack.
Right.
He just got 3 in this game because Armstead wasn't there, or you could blame it on however he just. And that's the part of football. You
Right.
got to play against who you got. Like if Bosa didn't get any sacks last week, I was going to seriously question Bosa because he's got to figure it out.
Right.
I'm really going to double team you, and you know what he didn't get in this game? A defensive, like a personal foul, roughing the passer call. Now he had one in the 2 previous games. He didn't get one in this game.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it this week.
I don't think he got it this week. I could be wrong. I don't think so. I don't remember.
Nah, he did. He fell into his knees.
Nah, not in this game.
That wasn't his game.
All
right.
Oh no,
I
they
thought
said he did have one.
I thought it wasn't. It wasn't for hitting him hard. He fell and like hit his knees. I think he did have one this game, bro.
So 3 games in a row with that call. So fuck it, just keep it going.
His job is to beat up the quarterbacks. I'll take one a game. I don't give a shit. Give me one a game and give me 3 sacks. I'll take that ratio, bro.
I can't believe they called that bull crap, yo. It was a late hit call. Thank you, guys. It's 3. Yep. It's 3 in a row, so you might as well keep the streak going. Don't break it now.
Right. If it's leading you 6 games in a row with sacks,
I want him to keep this. I want Tom Brady to
hurt Tom Brady. Just don't
hurt him. I just want him to retire after this game.
This is gonna be my first time seeing Tom Brady in person, so I'm excited about it. Like, and then he posted that, 3 touchdown games are boring. I saw that little cute ass video he put out there out in his garage showing off the car in the back. I saw that shit. 3 touchdown games are boring. We got to keep it interesting. Make sure you guys are staying in the stands. And you try that shit with the Niner defense if you want to, bro. You're going to have a long day ahead of you. I promise you. I promise you.
The difference between Tom Brady and these other quarterbacks, and I know Tom Brady don't move. He will move up in the pocket, but he won't move left to right.
Right.
The difference between him and everybody else is he doesn't. There are times he takes sacks, and then there's times he just does not take sacks.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just throw the ball away.
Yeah.
It's like he know the rules of he just know all the rules. Or they'll make up some shit as he go along. Either way, this might be it. Tom Brady rarely gets sacked from the outside. You guys notice that? It's always the inside. So Mike, you just said that Nick Bosa last week had a sack from the tackle spot. I mean, the inside.
Did, bro. He came right. I was like, what the hell? I was like, was that a stunt? And of course, I didn't go back and watch it. I don't know. Maybe it was a stunt. You know what I'm saying? But I know that I saw him coming from inside. There was another defensive lineman outside of him. And he got a sack that way. Came right down the gut, man. I was like, oh, my God. And I love seeing it.
Defense is on a whole other level, bro. Like they're just on another planet. And I never want them to come back. I just want them to stay on the planet. Stay on that.
This is his second 3-sack game, if I'm not mistaken. He got the other one against Cleveland, right?
14.5 leads the NFL, bro.
And missed a game. Bro. Missed a game. I saw this stupid ass tweet today. I wish I saved it. No, I don't, because it pissed me off. It was the dumbest tweet. They were talking about Micah Parsons versus Nick Bosa. They were like Nick Bosa. I mean, Parsons leads Nick Bosa in every other category except sacks, but they were all fantasy football stats. Like, I'm like,
Nick Bosa leads the league in pressures, and he leads the league in sacks. Quarterback hits. And at that point, that's all that matters.
Right. I'm not going to say Parsons is overrated. I see Melissa's. He's good. Let me be very clear here. I'm not taking anything away from Parsons.
Definitely not overrated, Mike. But I mean,
he also drops back in coverage sometimes because of where they play in the position.
You know who he's not good against? The 49ers. His ass get tossed around like a rag doll.
Hey.
I felt like Mike McGlinchey and Parsons did a thing on him in that champion, and wasn't what you call it hurt. He was hurt in that game. Trent Williams.
Was that the game he rushed back for?
Wasn't he in that game for Dallas?
I don't remember.
He missed the end of the year. Yeah, because remember at the end he did them pictures pointing at the people in the stadium like you mad. Yeah, that was Trent.
That was Trent.
Oh yes, it was.
He rushed back for the Rams game because afterwards he was like, I should have let.
I thought he didn't play.
I might be getting my years
confused. Played in that last game.
I might be getting my years.
He didn't even play in that game, right? Because he was hurt. Whoever our tackles were, Colton McKivitz, Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons was getting. Oh, it was Tom Compton. But Tom Compton was the tackle. Yeah, he was the tackle. They were handling Michael Parsons, bro. Hey. I don't remember him getting any sacks. I remember him getting tossed to the shot.
The Niners know how to scheme up edge rushers and how to keep them out of game. So we know that they can do it. If you have a defensive line that only has one guy, the Niners will get around that guy. We've seen them do it with the Rams time and time again. They beat us when they didn't have just one guy anymore. They had Von Miller at the same time. You know what I mean? So it was a little bit different. But how many times have you seen, that's why people think Jake Brendel just owns Aaron Donald. It's not that. We just scheme around him.
You mean Daniel Brunskill?
What did I say? I said Jake Brendel. Yeah, Dan Brunskill. Right. That's why people think he owns him so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like because we just scheme around him that well. And so the Niners, they'll find a way to eliminate your best defensive lineman, especially if you are very dependent. Oh my God, look at this run. Look at that toss.
Michael Parsons is the problem. I'm not going to take that away. And how
many points did they score in this game?
33, but the defense.
We didn't get in the end zone on this drive.
Mm-mm.
We settled for a field goal, and then we had the pick six at the end, or the fumble recovery, whatever it was. The fumble. It was a fumble recovery. I thought it was a throw, and they called that joint a fumble, and I couldn't believe it. I don't even think Greenlaw believed it because he just kind of walked into the end zone. Like they weren't even really.
He believed it. He picked the ball up, and he got in the end zone. He believed that.
But he slowed down he slowed down like the 8-yard line
because he knew ain't nobody was around him. He believed it. I believe he believed it.
He said it too. He was like, I saw you, so I slowed down or something. I got to remember where I watched these things and what I watched exactly. I can't believe you didn't get the clip of Nick Bosa telling Kyle Shanahan, don't talk shit about me no more.
I didn't see that.
That is a Wayne Breezy-esque post, like on your Instagram.
I didn't even know. I
can see your little edit now where you got the Wayne Breezy logo on there, and then you got a picture of Nick Bosa looking to the side or doing one of these things, and then you got the little yellow lines for when the words are coming up. I can just see your post now. You lucky I don't know how to do that shit. I don't got the time or patience for it, but you be doing that. You need to find it and post it. You need to. I'm telling you, need to put that one out there, bro. You need to put it out there. Bro,
I gotta find it. I gotta find it.
Let's keep talking about this defense, though. So we talked about Nick Bosa. Let's talk about his counterpart on that defensive line, Eric Armstead, and the contributions he made in this game. Because I think this defensive line looked a lot better. And I think Eric Armstead was a large part of that reason. Am I wrong?
Yeah, the only thing I hated that he was limited, but I get why. Like, I mean, and you could tell when his limitations, when they limit him in the game, like, Miami was able to do some things. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look, when Eric Armstead is full throttle, good golly, oh Molly, he makes the huge difference. And he's a key cog in this defense. Like Eric Armstead is a piece. He's a pillar. He's needed. He's what's the word? A necessity. He needs to be out there. Like, and I get it. We were able to manage without him, but I'm so glad Eric Armstead is back.
Right. Bro, we are going to be a problem for teams.
We just got to stay healthy, Mike.
If Eric Armstead can give us 40 defensive snaps a game. Okay. Just 40. They are
what's the average?
I think an offense usually runs 62 to 65 games, 65 plays a game.
Okay. So you want him to give okay. I could dig it. They got the rotation, and with the injury to Hassan Ridgeway, T.Y. McGill should be up, ready to go.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Let me see. Oh, defense. I'm going to skip that one now. I want to talk about the secondary. I've only watched it one time through. I got it on in the background, but I'm focusing on what we're doing here. What do you think about the secondary? I was very confused by this. I felt like if the defensive line wasn't getting home, it might have been a long day for the secondary. Now, you can't have one without the other. I understand the team is the team, and you can't eliminate those kind of things, right? But we're still playing with a lot of space, and I get it, right? You respect the speed of Waddle and Hill, right? Those things are going to be expected. If you're not going to press these guys at the line of scrimmage, you got to play off a little bit, right? And you're trying to minimize the big gains. I understand the psyche behind it, but I felt like there was a lot out there for the taking, and the defensive line had Tua so rattled that he was just inaccurate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was so much about the coverage this game as much as it was errant throws or pressures by the defensive line. Agree, disagree, somewhere in the middle. What do you think on that?
I mean, it's hard to
You
cover.
only broke down the offense so far, though, right?
Yeah, but it's hard to cover those guys like how we think we want them to cover. And this was the one game where you needed your front to get home to rattle up Tua, because the one thing he was going to try to do, stay in the pocket and throw down the field. And when he did it and there was no pressure, he was effective. But when you started pressuring him, he was ineffective. And so I'm not necessarily worried about this. I wasn't too worried about the secondary. I just did not want them to get beat deep. Keep everything in front of them. And in my opinion, that was the game plan. Thought Mooney Ward played good, but when they lined Tyreek Hill up in the slot, he took advantage of it. That was the touchdown. Like Tyreek on Jimmy was the touchdown. And you knew damn well that was going to be a touchdown if he wasn't pressured. And they couldn't get to Tua on that play. And next thing you know, it's a touchdown because Tyreek Hill and the slot.
Only score we've given up in the second half.
In the second half, it's to Tyreek Hill. Like, if it was, I think if it was any other wide receiver, maybe Jalen Waddle, but if any other wide receiver, I don't think Jimmy Ward gets burnt like that. Like, like you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel you.
But look, the key wasn't the secondary. The key was the front, and you have to give them the credit for the secondary to be able to make plays, because there were a couple of interceptions, the Jimmy Ward interception, the tip for Diamador Lenore to get that interception. So there were some plays. Fred Warner ended up getting an interception to seal the deal. So I thought the secondary played decent, man. I didn't think that they were bad. They gave it 275 yards or something like that in totality. But take away that 75-yard Trent Sherfield play, that bomb to Tyreek Hill, it don't look too good for Tua either. And that's kind of what it is. It was two big plays that gave him the majority of those yards.
Yeah. And I'm not going to disagree with any of that at all. My thing is, I don't know. I felt like this was even, I'm not a PFF guy, so I don't know what the grades are, but I felt like this is probably going to be the lowest rated game for Gibson. And Gibson has been solid. You know what I mean? Like
he's had some low grade games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just felt like the secondary was a little meh. And I understand they got the picks and everything. And by the way, that was a very impressive. I thought, bro, I was scared when Jimmy Ward leapt over my man to catch that and his body landed like this. I thought he was going to like flip in half, man. I was really worried about his spine on that play. Like I was legitimately afraid. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what the heck was about to happen to him. But way to hold on to that ball. You know what I mean? Like he went like wrist and face first into the ground and held onto that ball, like, and his body bent up in a weird ass way. It was really impressive. It was really impressive for him to hold on to that ball. And like you said, those guys, you know, they all came down with different things. I was very, very impressed with some of the things that they did, but the coverage is what worries me. I think we're safe as far as the NFC goes. There's not a lot of quarterbacks in the NFC that are going to be able to pick apart our secondary with the things that I'm worried about.
Right.
But those AFC teams, you start talking about those Chiefs, you start talking about those Bills, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, even Joe Burrow this year with that wide receiver, things might be a little bit different. So, you know, if we get to the dance Those are the things that I'm going to be a little bit more concerned with. But we got time, and we have the defensive line to help. So
yeah, I don't know. There's only one quarterback that concerns me.
You gonna say Mahomes?
He just
seemed to have us, huh?
it's the way his ability to extend the play left and right, not north and south. I think Josh Allen is more of the north and south extended play. He'll pull the ball down and run, but he'll get one or two of those runs, but he gonna get hit. Like that might not be what Josh Allen wants to do. They're gonna force him to throw the ball, and they got some receivers in Buffalo too. But for some reason, it's something about Patrick Mahomes. Like he just has the 49 number, yo.
So we gotta hope that another team knocks him out.
Which I think Buffalo can knock him. Cincinnati can knock him out. They can't beat Cincinnati, but I think we could beat Cincinnati. It's all about matchups, Mike.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, it's definitely about matchups. It's 100% about matchups. You know what I mean? So absolutely. All right. And I saved the best for last when it comes to this defense. This linebacking core. Wayne, man, oh my God, they got a pick after the touchdown by Greenlaw. I forgot about that. That's when Fred got his. That's right.
Yeah, he sealed the deal.
That's when Fred got his. Oh my God. This defense, they just teed off on them boys when we got that. When we went up 2 scores, it was hunting season, bro.
And that's what you want. That's what you want from the 49ers. And Mike,
that is a beautiful
top
thing.
5 defenders by PFF: Dre Greenlaw with an 81.6, Drake Jackson 80.2, Bosa 76.1, Ridgeway 69.9, and Jimmy Ward 67.5. Lenore came in 6th with a 64.7. So the grades are, that good.
Lenore had a pick also, right?
Yeah, he had an interception. There was a tip pass.
He had the first one of the game.
Jimmy Ward got the second. Fred Warner had the third.
Yeah. Now I wanted to watch this game. You know how they have like the condensed version, they have the full version, they got the all 22. Mm-hmm. I wanted to watch the full game because I heard that there was a weird exchange between Kyle Shanahan and Mike McDaniel. Is that true? Did you see that part or no?
Yes.
Because I know you start your overreaction show at the end of the game, so I don't know if you saw it either.
I was at the game, and I just went live from the stadium for a couple of minutes while I was there. I was like, YouTube.
That's right. You were there. Okay.
We're gonna play music, YouTube, but don't you mess up my stuff. And YouTube didn't. You just gotta tell them.
All right. So before we get to that exchange, let's get back on these linebackers. Wayne,
they're the best.
It can't be a question anymore, right? This is easily. Right? This is easily the best linebacking core in the NFL, right?
Hands down. And that's why I said teams are going to be scared. Look, like when your linebackers are able to cover and stop the run, like it was the health. And then if we need to spell a play, you bring in the depth. Gosh, it's linebacker. I'm looking at all these other teams and I can't name. I'm looking at them right now as we're talking, and I can't name 3 better linebackers on every team.
Right. All right. Here they go. They go in the middle field. Let me see the exchange.
Oh, Kyle's trying to say something to Mike McDaniel, and Mike ain't looking at him.
I just saw it. Okay. So the picture I saw was from a different angle, though. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get it. Okay. All right. I think they kind of blew that up a little bit, but all right, that's fine. Because he was looking at D'Amico. He wanted to make sure he dapped up all his guys. He was looking for D'Amico. I get it. All right. This linebacking core versus the 2012 linebacking core.
Who's that? Willis, Bowman, and Brooks? It's just tough. It's a different type of defense. And I know they all play linebacking, but like this linebacking core, they all can cover. That linebacking core, I still go with the 20. Like there's no linebacker ever going to be better than Patrick Willis. He's going to upgrade whoever's with him. And I like Bowman too. I thought they were the perfect complement to one another.
Okay. All right. All right.
And then
I probably shouldn't ask you to pick
Brooks,
one.
unfortunately, He was dope, but man, he would get the penalty. He was the penalty linebacker. He was the Dre Greenlaw of that defense.
He was the enforcer, the tones that like he was going there. Man, I like them both. It is a tough. It is tough to pick one. You know what I mean? Obviously, different schemes, like you said, different responsibilities and things like that. But man, our linebackers, right? They play the run well. They play side to side. They can cover. This is special.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
just
special right
different because you got the 3-4. You got 4 linebackers going against 3 linebackers, and it's just different. But the linebackers that like you really know were them inside linebackers.
now.
That was 52 and 53. They were monsters, bro. They were monsters. They took people out of games.
You know when I realized that this was the best linebacking core in the league? I was on my flight back.
Oh,
huh? What'd you say?
I said when I told you last year, but go ahead.
You called it, but this is what got me. I remember at the beginning of the season when Greenlaw got his extension.
Oh yeah,
and there were some people out there saying, and myself, I think I was included in that. Man, I would take Aziz. I would have extended him over Greenlaw.
not me.
Right. And then I remember seeing some games and I'm like, that's why they gave the money to Greenlaw. Then you start to reflect on Greenlaw's presence in the postseason. And it was just an immediate injection in the veins for the rest of this defense. Right. And it's like, all right, I understand Greenlaw's purpose. And then you don't need to even mention Fred. Right. So you can pick from game to game which linebacker is the man that game. And then in a game like this one, where 2 of your linebackers got their hands on the ball, one scored, one got a pick. Aziz had 3 big shots in this one. Like this, I was like, wow, we are really looking at something special here. These linebackers deserve a shot in the postseason. They deserve it. The whole team does. Let me be very clear here. But the NFL as a whole, the NFL community needs to see these guys in a game that counts. Not just the prime time, I know we got a Thursday night game against Seattle coming up, right? Like we have one of those coming this year. I think that's a Thursday night game, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have another
Nope, that's our last primetime game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But that's the one, right? It's the Seattle game. So that's cool and all. But no matter what happens in that game, whether we look good or bad, you know what people are going to say? It's a Thursday night football game.
Mm-hmm.
The world deserves to see this linebacking core in a game, prime time, where there's no one else to watch and there's something to play for. And that's when this linebacking core is the commentators are going to know it because they going to get all the stats from all year long and everything. And you know what I mean? Like they have a machine, literally, like there's a team behind them giving them this information. But when people get to see it, that's when it's going to be real special. And this linebacking core deserves it, bro. Eric Armstead, Nick, the whole team, I said it already, they all deserve it. But that linebacking core is special, and this might be the last year that this trio is playing together. It might be.
Yeah, if I'm the team though, I try to bring Aziz back, and I know you guys we got to develop guys and things like that. I mean, we don't have to develop guys; you just pay them.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, spend money. Just paying the money.
Yeah.
I think they try to figure it out. He ended up getting injured this year. Sometimes these injuries be happening, and then they work.
In disguise.
Okay, let's get to these super chats so I can go to bed, dog. Because I ain't sit there and conspire about the 49ers and their injuries.
So the last question I'm going to ask you, though, and this unfortunately is injury related, kind of. I know that we lost Jimmy for the foreseeable future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they went out and they signed Josh Johnson. Do you think the team should be looking for another quarterback to bring in? Because let's be very, very honest here for a second.
I do, because you're telling me that Josh is the backup now. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what has Josh Johnson done other than
recently?
playing 30 teams?
Right. I'm about to say recently I couldn't give you much.
Well, so like I get, do you bring like you bring him in? Is he gonna beat out Jacob Eason? Is he gonna beat out, I don't know, but there's no backup for Brock Purdy, and you can't bank on Jimmy coming back. And then even if he does come back as your backup and he has to go in, like whatever, I don't know. I wouldn't bank on that. I'm saying that they should probably try to go out and get a veteran, and there's some that are that are free. I don't know if they'll be able to come in right now and play, but there's some that they don't have to come in right now and play. Let Brock play, but bring in one of those veteran guys.
Right.
Just like the Ryan Fitzpatricks, or just a good savvy vet that's recently been playing football that can come out here and just kind of get acclimated, that can learn the plays, and that can just be available to go in, because for some reason 49ers can't keep their quarterbacks healthy. So I'm not saying this is going to happen to Brock, but you got to bring in another guy that if Brock goes down, or if he just has a terrible game, like he's just not good, who are we going to give the ball to?
Right. So, this was a little bit of a discussion in the group chat today, but you didn't chime in on that, interestingly enough. Let me throw some names at you here, and you just quickly say yes or no. Not so much do you want them, but would you kick the tires on them?
Okay.
Fair?
Fair.
Okay. I'm going to be all over the place. I'm not going to name Fitzpatrick. I don't want a 39-year-old guy coming off the couch in the middle of the season. I'm sorry, I don't. So I'm not naming him. You don't have to worry about that. I'm not going to name guys like Drew Brees, Andrew Luck, Colin Kaepernick. I'm not doing that kind of stuff. All right. But here we go. Josh Rosen was with the team.
You ain't got
with the team for a little bit. Young enough.
I mean, they let him go a couple times, but I could see them. I don't see why not. Like I just don't see why not.
All right. I'm gonna do the super chat out of order because it applies here. Cam Newton.
I say yay, but everybody is like no. So, but I say kick the tires on him.
I'm talking about kicking them. Bring these guys in for a work. It's all I'm saying.
Why not bring Cam in?
Okay. I got one for you. This is the closest I'm going to get to that whole retirement list. This is a bad name, but he knows the system, and he's called out. He sent the bat signal up to Kyle. If you need me, call me. RG3.
But he hasn't played football in 35 years. So
I know.
So like no. Like no.
Okay, I like that. I like you being consistent. Jeff Driscoll. Former 49er. And Huntley went to the Ravens, right? After they lost Lamar.
I thought he was gone. I thought he was free again.
Right, Huntley released. I don't know. I thought I saw something with him.
No, it's a no to him too. It's got to be. Honestly, out of all the names, just bring back Rosen. Like, just give us Rosen back.
You bring Rosen and Cam in for a workout and just see which one you like more.
And it's gonna be Rosen. I know they're not gonna play with the Cam Newton situation. I would take Rosen. I don't think Cam fits this team's personality. But Rosen has been here and he knows that playbook somewhat. He knows of it at least. I mean, if you can find a way to get Nick Mullins, would you bring him back?
All right. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say yes. I will kick the tires on him too, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna say yes. Because we're talking about someone to come in and back up Brock, not replace Brock.
Correct.
Right? Okay. So then I would say yes. I would say yes.
If Matt Ryan suddenly is released,
I would still say yes, because at least he played this year. We know he's in football shape, but they owe that man a lot of money. If they let him go, that's gonna be more shocking than the Christian McCaffrey trade. I ain't gonna hold you.
Amen.
That would be more.
But yeah, like that's where I am with that, yo. So they need to bring in some type of veteran that kind of like, if something was to happen to Brock, can kind of like keep the the wheels moving.
Yeah. All right, let's bust down these super chats here. Maybe we want to thank you guys for the super chats. This segment is dedicated to all of you guys who have contributed throughout the show. We have not ignored you. We did not forget about you guys. It's just fun. I used to try to respond to the super chats at the beginning or live. And the reason I stopped doing it, just to clarify for everybody who wonder why we seem like we ignore them, our shows are usually long. We're an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And so the super chat allows us to kind of do a recap of everything without being offensive to people who are asking questions and feel like they're being ignored when they join the shows late. So that's why we save them for the end here. So we got 11 of them so far. We read one of them already, but I'm going to start from the top. This was the first one that I saw from Geo Kane. He said, this was my first time in Cali. I'm from Florida, still here, been a 49er fan since I was a JIT in the 80s. What's JIT? Seen them a number of times on the East Coast, had a blast. I wonder if Kane is staying, since he's from Florida, for the Florida team coming next weekend.
It's kind of expensive unless he got family out there.
Well,
Cali ain't no joke.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So,
but I mean,
yeah,
if he got family, he might just be staying. I would have, I would have stayed.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, Gio, man, it sounds like you had a good time out there, man. So I'm glad you got the opportunity to be out there, and he sounds like me. I see the Niners all up and down the East Coast. It's West is what I do rarely. So I like.
You know what I hate about the West Coast? Just the airplane ride, bro. Like it's just.
I thought you were about to lose all our subscribers. I was like, oh my god,
no. It's just the travel, yo. Like that's just so draining, bro.
Yeah.
And then to come back home just took me a whole day. Just whatever. The only thing I hate West Coast. Other than that, I wish I could just pack my stuff and we move out there, but then I'd be like, I'm moving back to the East Coast.
All right. So Sean, thanks for the super chat here. He says, "Glass Jimmy statue move." Yeah, right, B. Like,
I mean, even on this play we watched, he wasn't a glass statue. Like he was literally moving. He used to be a glass statue, but Jimmy been moving outside that pocket this season. I don't know what game Sean been watching, but every game he's trying to get out the pocket to extend the play, and then he's pointing to tell the receiver where to go. Bro, I'm going to throw the ball there. Just get to that spot. So he's been better, but
yeah.
On that particular,
it's some of the residual. We've got a lot of built up. We got a lot of built up, pinned up, past stuff still ingrained in us. And I know me. I sit around and wait. I'm gonna see it soon. I know what's coming. You know what I mean? Like I'm wired that way also. So I'm not. I get it when I see it. I understand it. Master Chef, my man here, says, "What's good, Mike and Breezy? Miss you guys. Been doing a lot of rehabbing. Let's go, Brock." Hey, man, prayers up to you. I'm not sure what exactly he's rehabbing from. But hopefully you're doing better, man. And if there's something that we can do for you, to reach out to us. You got our information, off of this. You got us on a personal line. So let us know if there's something you need, bro. By the way, he says, "Let's go, Brock." Have you seen why they keep giving these 49er backup quarterbacks names that have to do with their genitalia? What's up with these nicknames? Nick Mullins and now Brock.
They don't get the pause. Like if I would have said that, it'd have been
right.
Like, you got to say pause, but they can call BDN and then BCB.
Yeah, like what? Why they keep doing this to these guys?
I don't know. I don't get it.
And like it's endorsed by the players. Like the players are like liking the tweets and retweeting and shit. Like what the hell is happening? Like what?
I don't know, man. It's a different millennial. So they different, man. I couldn't say that shit 20 years ago. You get punched.
Right. Sid Brown had a $5 super chat. I didn't see a message. I tried to watch the chat for a while after he posted this. Wayne, if you want to scroll back up to 11:05 and see when his next comment was after that, we can highlight it and read it. But thanks for the super chat. We appreciate it. I don't know what the message was that you were trying to relay. I apologize. So if Wayne sees it, he'll click it, the next comment after that one, and we'll read it on the air. But thank you for the super chat, man. We do appreciate it. Niner Rick, this is my guy right here, man. He says, "What's up, guys? Missed you at the tailgate." He talking to you, Wayne. I wasn't out there this week.
Oh, man.
Hey, he hooked me up, man. Good music. And he was over there on the ones and twos. My man hooked it up over there, bro.
I was trying to get to that tailgate, man. But what had happened was American Airlines.
Mm, mm. I'm never flying with you, bro. You couldn't pay me to fly with you.
Bro, it ain't me. It's fucking it's the airlines.
But it's always you plus the airlines, and I'm not
Yeah, but
doing
it ain't my it's all, and there's everybody else on that same flight.
you the common denominator, bro. I've never seen nothing happen so consistently in my life, bro. Like this is you got a better batting average than Jimmy throwing the ball to a linebacker in the game, bro. Like you on it, bro.
Batting 1,000. I'm
He
batting
said it was nice to see the ball get out fast and actually leading our receivers. And wow, is that what scrambling looks like? I believe in Brock. All right.
People believe in Brock, man. Nope.
Can I caution?
Nope. Just keep reading the chats. Nope.
Wait, we don't have a responsibility to tell these people to chill.
Why they gotta chill? If they want to feel like that, let them.
Do you
feel
remember
like
Nick Mullins' first start?
Mike, I know.
I'm just asking if you remember. It was against the Raiders.
I all understand like that the next defense that plays against Brock
it's a lot better than this one, right?
It's number 8 in the league. Hey, 20 spots better. But listen, here it is. God dang, I had to find it. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
That was a lot of scrolling.
I know it was over an hour ago. I apologize. Sid, super chat. This is the comment here. It's okay if his arm is weak. It's the accuracy. The pass that CMC dropped in the end zone was NFL Pro window. And I agree. He made some very impressive throws. You know what I like the most about his arm? Or not even his arm. It's the IQ. He trusts himself to make very difficult throws. And he showed that very early in this game.
Yeah, we talked about it. Like, but his arm is still fucking weak. Just can't get the ball 20 yards down the field. Weak is weak. I don't understand it. Like the interception was from.
He didn't say it wasn't though. He said it's okay if it's weak as long as
I know, but it's not okay because my point is if he can throw the ball 20 yards down the field, Brandon Aiyuk can have a better chance of making that.
He had to let him instead of having him have to turn around and come back to the ball.
To get it. So we get mad at Jimmy weak arm, but we can't get mad at Brock weak arm. Nah, that's weak. But the accuracy is.
But that's exactly why I was saying, can we remind people of the Nick Mullins thing, right?
Like my cousin Sid, because weak is weak.
All I'm saying is this, man. The last battle of the Bay, 49ers Raiders. Nick Mullins goes out, throws 400 yards on the Raiders. When's the last time a 49ers quarterback threw for 400 yards? Wasn't it 400?
It was Nick Mullins, bro.
No, but I'm saying it was 400 yards, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh my God, this guy knows the playbook better than anybody else on the team."
Next team we played,
and then it was whoop upside your head. I said, "Oops, upside your head." And then,
a lot of people today, to be fair, in the chat of today's episode, they were saying like, "Yeah, wait till he has to run Kyle's playbook." Well, and this you saw the same thing with Jimmy Garoppolo. He comes in, he loses the game in Seattle. When he comes in, then the next 5 games he wins 5 in a row because the playbook was super limited. He didn't have to learn everything. He can go out there and play football. The question is, will Kyle Shanahan just let him play football? Here's a select set.
Shouldn't he though?
He should, Mike. But that's not
enough talent out here to actually win a game where we're playing
have
backyard style football.
I know, but that's from what we know about Kyle. That ain't him. I'm not saying Kyle can't change or have a change of heart.
I can change. Bro, by the way, that's one of the most underrated albums ever.
Facts.
All right. So let's get
I just don't know if that's Kyle, bro. I'm hoping.
I don't either. But I tell you what, we're gonna find out this next game. We will definitely find out. All right, here we go. This is a good question. 49ers throwback. Thanks for the super chat. What's your favorite play of the Dolphins game? It's going to be hard to pick one because offense has some good plays, defense has some good plays. It's going to be hard to pick one. I'm gonna go. There was a play. Did it result in an interception? Eric Armstead beat a double team and was reaching for like Tua's neck, bro. Like he had like that big ass Undertaker arm reaching for him, and they calls the errant throw. I think it was a pick. I think it might have been. Can you pull up the pick? Can you show me that play?
No,
Is it? Oh damn!
I
It
don't
was the
have
first pick. It's not like highlighted in all.
I have
All
the
right.
defensive film out. I have the offense.
Oh, okay. All right. But I'm pretty sure it was that. I think it was the Lenore pick.
It could have been the Lenore pick because something was tipped and he caught it.
Oh, maybe that wasn't the one then. Because I think Jackson's the one that had the tip ball.
Jackson
right,
had
so
a batted ball, yeah, but
Yeah,
that
so
wasn't the Lenore pick though.
Oh, okay. So maybe it was then. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one. Armstead just showing how valuable he is out there. Even though he didn't make the sack, he made the play that allowed his teammates to make the other play. And so that's what complementary football is. That's why when I say I was worried about our secondary a little bit, but the defensive line is so good. Bada, 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 bada. So that play right there encompasses that. That's gonna be my favorite play. What was yours, Wayne?
My favorite play was actually the run play that pretty much sealed the deal of the game. If you remember, Deebo Samuel ran the halfback toss to the left, and then 49ers called the timeout, and then Christian McCaffrey ran it to the right. But the dope part about the right was the blocking was so good. Christian McCaffrey had to cut it back in, and he got 30 yards off of it, and almost damn near to the end zone. And I
That's
thought,
what you didn't hear me say we didn't score on this drive?
oh,
That's the drive I was
we
talking
got
about.
a freaking penalty, and then a
We
loss of
settled for a
yards.
field goal. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
how did we get that close and didn't score? Like
I
the
didn't
offense was clicking, the
make
run game, the defensive line. I mean, the offensive line was just manhandling
make
folks.
sense.
That's
I
why
was
I was like,
trying to
we didn't
figure out.
score on that drive.
No,
Yeah,
we didn't, bro, because it just everything kept being set back. And I remember being at the game saying, "How the fuck we get down to this red zone and not score again? Like, why?
right. That
Why?"
was when McCaffrey did a little cut and then went
Yes,
back around. Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
That was
That
probably
was
my favorite play because everybody's been down on him. Like he's not the running back, this and then the third. No, he's a cutter. He's a guy that will cut. He'll
yes.
cut you up, and you
Yes,
saw
sir.
it there. Yeah.
All right. You want to take this one here, man?
Mark Lamar, thank you for the contribution. He says, "Did y'all see Greenlaw take Tyreek's mouthpiece? He'll ask for it back, mouth bleeding, and Greenlaw wouldn't give it back." I didn't see this, but I believe it.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay.
All right. So this is what people thought happened there. And yes, Tyreek Hill lip was bleeding, right? It was a play in the third or fourth quarter. They threw it to the left, and it was one-on-one, Hill versus Greenlaw. And Greenlaw got wide, and Hill tried to cut, and he thudded him up, and he picked him up like he was going to slam him on the sideline, but he didn't. He put him back down in the white lines. All right. And the only reason I know is because Greenlaw did an interview, and I listened to the audio. Greenlaw does bend down and pick up a mouthpiece, but it was his own mouthpiece. Hill did come running after him, tapping his hand and it looked like he was trying to get it back from him. But Greenlaw said what happened was he picked him up and he put him down, was like, "Yo, just so you know, I could have ended you right here. I could have ended you. Like I could have slammed you there." And he said Tyreek Hill was thanking him for not doing it. But yes, his lip was bleeding on that play and everything. And when I saw the tweet went crazy on 49ers Twitter. And I was like, wow, like that's some bull. I think the tweet made it to our into our group chat. I think somebody posted that tweet in our group chat. And I was like, wow, like Greenlaw, different animal. But then when I heard what he said about that play, like it was specifically that play, he was like, nah, he was like, I was gonna body slam him, but I told him I didn't, you know. Oh, wait, look at the next comment. The best was when Greenlaw almost body slammed him. That's exactly the play that they're talking about, Sean. Good one here. That's exactly the play that they were talking about, that Mark was talking about. But I like the fantasy and the idea of him taking it. Nah, that's my shit now. I like the idea of it, and it's fitting of what we think of and know of from Greenlaw, right? Like, nah, like, bro, that's it. It's a wrap. But nah, that's not what happened. Good job there, Sean. And then we read this one already from Mark. What about Cam Newton? All right, and so we got a couple more super chats that came in here since then. Terradome, there it is. If Mike doesn't want it, you know it's the right answer. Fitzmagic. And this is when we were talking about what quarterback should we bring in. Hey, look, whatever works, right? How many times have y'all heard me come on this show and purposely pick against the Niners so we can win, right? I'm doing my part. I will go out there and I'll be that guy. Mike, you said it. You were wrong. Hey, if I'm wrong and we winning, I'm happy about it. So I'll take that all day, every day. All right. We got a couple more here. You want to read this one? What?
Mark says, "What about the kids cut in favor of Purdy? What about the kids cut? Kids cut. What about the kids cut? Sometimes when you do these shits too late, we don't know what the hell you're talking about."
All right. So he said that at midnight. Let me go back up. It's only 15
Oh
minutes.
my God, he's about to scroll all the way
I
back.
gotta go back and oh look, I found another super chat in here too. See?
What about the
Maybe
kids cut?
I found another super chat. Maybe he was explaining. Maybe he explains it like, damn, another super chat. All right, but they're short ones. So, all right, here it is. Here, Mark. I don't know what kids cut in favor of like. Oh, at the end. Oh, maybe he's talking about final cuts, and Purdy made the roster. Did Purdy make the 53?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he been on the 53 since day one.
Right. That's right. Wait, we did cut somebody that people didn't expect it, and he got signed by another team right away. No, was that a running back? No.
I tell you what, it ain't Purdy, because Purdy.
Trey Sermon?
Nah, they cut him later. They did cut him. I don't know. All I know is they wasn't. We were surprised that we were keeping 3 quarterbacks.
Oh, maybe this is Mark's point. What about the kids cut in favor of Purdy? What kids? Now we happy. Maybe that's the purpose of what he's saying here. Maybe that's the purpose of what he's saying. I'm not sure. But Mark, if you're still in here, go ahead and explain it. And I'll click the comment, because I don't see what you're talking about. I'm sorry. We did try to figure it out though. That's what we do here. All right. I gotta hurry up before my man Wayne falls asleep on me. All right. Oh, Sudfeld? Is that who we talking about? Nate Sudfeld?
Oh, what about the kid we cut in favor of Purdy? Sudfeld.
Where is he? No, he signed with somebody.
Yeah, but we cut him. We released him.
Right.
So now he's talking about what about the kid that we cut in favor of Sudfeld? I mean, in favor of Purdy. To keep Purdy.
So what he's saying is, can we get him? This is when we were trying to get quarterbacks. What quarterback should we get?
Yeah, he's on the team. He's with the Lions, I believe.
Minnesota.
Or Minnesota. He's with another team.
Oh no! Now someone else is saying Detroit. He in the NFC North. That's all we know. All right, he
with the Bears.
He one of them cold ass teams. All right, he
wish he was
right now. Oh wait, we did that one already. All right, Luis Blanco. He says, "Yo, my guys, how come Jimmy can come back from this injury like it's his starting job? I thought Trey was and should be coming back soon."
Kyle Shanahan shut Trey Lance down twice. So there's that. And I don't understand it, but there's nothing we could do about it, because that's what
I get it. All right, this Patreon. I'll get it. We'll take that to Patreon. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. But no. But yes.
You don't get what I'm saying.
I completely get what you're saying, but I'm saying no to it. I don't like that, because the window for Trey would have brought him back postseason time.
The window for Trey was right now. Like his injury was 10 weeks max, and his doctor. If Trey's doctors clears him to play, you know what? I don't want to have this conversation right now.
We'll do it another time on Patreon.
That's been my biggest gripe with this whole thing. So Jimmy could be cleared in 6 to 8 weeks. Trey should be cleared by now. His healing table is over with.
I thought his healing thing was 3 to 4 months. It ain't been that long yet.
I don't know. It's been a minute.
What was Trey's injury?
It was a lot worse. He broke his ankle, right? He broke it.
Yeah. But this is a good question, Lewis. You might start something, and we don't have to.
Well, I talked about this. It doesn't matter if his injury is worse. What matters is he healed?
Is he healed? That's it. And if he's supposed to be a starter, why aren't you bringing him back?
That's the question. Thank you, Lewis.
I will say this though: Kyle has not come out and said, Jimmy could possibly return. At least not that I've seen yet. I'm not
No,
caught up on all the pressers.
this is all from Adam
Right.
Schefter.
Right.
And
So
the agent.
I'm not all caught up on all the pressers, so I don't know for sure. But from what I've heard, Kyle's not been the one. All right. Sean says, if you watch the YouTube highlights of the Miami game, after Purdy throws the interception, they show his face on the sideline, pissed. Then you see he is listening to Bobby Turner. Okay, OG coaching up. Be blessed. See, I didn't even see that. I told you that's why I wanted to watch the full game. I want to see the sideline interactions and all that, right? I didn't want to see the 20-second thing. What you laughing at?
I'm thinking that Lewis's next contribution is funny.
Oh, okay. Oh, you see stuff I don't see. Okay. But yeah, so no, you're absolutely right, Sean. Like that's the stuff I want to go back and watch the full tape for. I want to see how these guys are interacting on the sideline. There's stories within those there. All right, we get a couple of these from Keith Murray. Go ahead, Wayne. Give me a Keith Murray line.
The most beautifulest thing in this world. It's just like
that. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, Keith Murray.
I get in you.
The fact is, Cap is laughing. Yo, he was saying so many. The dude was smart. He was smart. He was really smart. He just had a lot of big words, and he was smart. Yeah.
And then that freestyle against Fredro was.
Oh my gosh.
That was pure comedy, though, man. That was chaos and comedy all in one, man. Oh,
but I would say Keith Murray straight up certified G.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. He says it comes from Eagles calling Foles. Okay. No, I know, but I don't understand why we keep doing it here.
Yeah, but that doesn't even sound as
because Nick Foles was the first BDN. And then
he was?
Yes.
Before
yes.
Big Stick Foles? That's what they said.
Yes. That he was the first BDN. And then we started, I'm saying we as in the fan base, started saying about our Nick. And I'm like we literally sound like dick riders. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. We literally sound like stick riders. Like you're taking another man's nickname about his junk and applying it to your you never heard me call Nick Mullins that. You never going to hear me call Brock Purdy what y'all call him now. That's not me. I'll leave that to y'all. Y'all cooler than me. Y'all got that. All right. Then Keith Murray comes back again. Hashtag Tua turn the ball over.
That was funny. That's
Tua
a funny.
Turn the ball over. I like that. And then he says, we cut Nate Sudfeld. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely right. Now, you said that there was another one. Yo, stop hating on Joe Budden, bro. I see you. I'm not going to let you bait me. He's trying to say he's not top 5, but he's wrong. He is wrong.
There's a few more. I don't see how you don't.
I clicked them. I got them. All right. Lewis says here, you're welcome. I will be a horrible teacher, Wayne.
I don't agree with that, but it was you asked a really debatable,
thought-provoking question.
Yes, like I mean, like it can go either way, and it all comes down to how people, present their arguments and back their stuff up, and that's kind of the questions that I like. Right now, this is not
Murray. Keith Murphy. I've been saying Keith Murray the whole time,
but Keith Murray was dope because I felt like that's what it said when I read it too. I must be tired. It is Murphy. He's probably like, who the hell is Keith Murray?
Yeah. My bad, guys. He says, knowing what I know about NFL agents, I'm sure Trey's representation shut him down versus Shanahan.
So Trey's representation shut him down. So his representation doesn't want him to play.
I mean, his check is going to be the same, but I would want my guy to get out there, especially in big games, because that's going to help me later.
If he can lose his job to BCB.
I don't know who that is, but if Brock Purdy
isn't that a clothing brand? BCB?
I'm not a fan. Carl Kanai.
Dude, you so old school. I love it. Cross colors or Carl Kanai?
Huh?
Cross colors or Carl Kanai?
I'm Carl Kanai, bro.
Cross colors was dope because they had like the red pants, the green pants. They had and they were like milk. They were made of different material. They were jeans. Huh?
They were loud,
but I liked it.
Yeah,
it was
I'm
like
not allowed.
Colors too, like that's what their whole main thing was.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of dope. Remember them African patches we used to wear, the necklaces? I'll be wanting one of them joints. I can't find them.
They don't do them shits no more, do they?
I would if I could find somebody could make me one. I would buy it.
You could probably We'll talk. All right. Mark says exactly. Nate Sudfeld. I couldn't remember his name. LOL. Oh, thanks, fellas. I'm like the cast.
We were gonna figure it out. We was just like
Oh,
Kids Cut.
yeah.
I'm like Kid Cudi. Day and night.
Underrated beat right there, man. That's an
That
underrated
beat
beat. All right. I believe. Nope. God damn, y'all still putting in super chats. Y'all, Wayne wants to go to sleep. He gonna leave me if y'all don't stop. All right. We got another one here from Keith Murphy. He says, "My guys, the young folks don't know about Keith." Yeah,
He know.
we lost all of them, bro. We lost all of them when we
They were
did that
like,
shit.
who? What? Keith Murray? Shout out to Murphy for knowing about Keith Murray too. We
For
didn't.
real.
I thought we put one on you too, bro.
Yeah.
Because
You never know how old these people are. Then again, his name is Keith, right? If his name Keith, he got to be at least 42.
why? Why would you say that?
You know what
There's no
younger
young
Keith?
Keiths.
What's the youngest Keith? Oh wait, I do have nah, but I got all right. So I have a set of twins in my family, Keith and Kyle.
I can't believe you said that, bro.
All right, Keith, just type. Don't super chat it. How old are you? Just type your age in there. Just put plus or minus 40. Just let us know.
To this,
I
let's
do have
name
a
some of the
cousin
famous Keiths. Keith Sweat, Cool Keith.
that old.
You're right. Cool D, wasn't his name Keith too?
I was gonna say Cool Mo D, but I wasn't sure if his name was Keith, and I don't know why I was gonna say him.
I don't know. I can't think of any Keiths that are under 40 now. That Mike brought that out.
One, and he and my family. That's it. All right. Lewis says here, last segment you were doing grades. Remember, I was giving out horrible. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Damn, we haven't done grades in a while, man. We should do that.
I know.
Alejandro says, what jersey is that, bro? This is a little support for my man Trey Lance. All right. I got it with the all gold, no white on it anywhere. I can't show you all the back, but it's got shadowing on the name and everything. And because Miss Debbie was kind enough to gift me this hat many moons ago, I thought it would go good with the hat. Did I do good, Wayne? Did the colors match up well?
That's pretty spot on, bro.
And I like the little patch on the side too, you know, the red and gold patch.
That's pretty spot on.
Get the red and gold with the, you know, if I could wear hats, man, Miss Debbie would have hooked me up with something there. I got two jerseys that look like that. The other one is
I'm trying to find Keith. I'm trying to
actually
see.
It's actually
yo, he got to be kidding, yo.
What I tell you, bro.
Yo, real talk. I'm trying to name a Keith. I don't know any young Keiths because the names are different now.
Who's Keith David? I know that name. Who's Keith David?
I don't know. Chief Keith. But his name Chase is Chief Keith.
Right. It's not Keith. Keith.
Good try, though. Like that story.
Yeah, he's trying.
Keith Washington. Wow, he took it back to the singers. I don't know Keith David. Toby Keith. Oh, I remember Fubu. Guys, let's go to bed because I will sit up here and talk about 80s, 90s all day long. What you looking up, Mike?
Famous Keiths. I'm going to the
This is why we do a show like once a month, bro. Mike and I, bro, we just different. It's just different vibes.
They all older, man.
David, that's who that was?
Huh?
Ain't Keith he was from Dead Presidents?
Who you talking about?
I want to watch Dead Presidents too. That movie was dope.
I gotta go back and watch Boys in the Hood, man.
Boys in the Hood, Dead Presidents. You know what? You want to watch Boys in the Hood? I want to watch Menace to Society.
That's one. I agree with you there.
Now, Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society?
If I had to pick one, I would probably go with Menace to Society.
That's my favorite, and I'm just like, oh man, he better run, Forrest. That was before Forrest Gump.
Did you cry?
That did make me cry.
I gotta go.
No, that movie was so. It felt so authentically like it felt authentic, like all that shit could really happen. Matter of fact, the kid, I believe the actor that played Chris, the dude in the car that did the show, I think he's dead. Let's go to bed, man.
I'm sorry, I did not mean. You got to get me off here. I'm gonna say something I really shouldn't say.
We can't because they keep doing this.
All right, so let's. All right, read this one and then we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do
Murphy.
this super fast
Damn,
outro.
I got my guys up my
thoughts.
name. Y'all gotta have me. Yo, yeah, for sure. You could have took my spot tonight because Mike be. Yo, I asked Mike what time he was doing this show. Right. First of all, Mike hit me up, calling me. I'm trying to take this TV off my wall because I got to get it serviced tomorrow, and they're gonna try to charge me like an extra $50 if they do it.
I called for a really good reason though.
You did, but you should have texted me or something. But when you called, I couldn't look at my watch and be like, "Hey," because I was holding up.
You can't tell your watch to answer the phone.
I was holding up a 75-inch TV.
You can't tell it to. Don't your watch have Siri in it?
I could have told it, but you would have just been hearing some like me telling Ricky, hold the shit up, unscrew it. Like
I couldn't find Big Lito and Ricky in your Apple Music library.
Good night. God bless. I'm out. I can't do it anymore. I'm done.
We out of here, y'all. We appreciate everybody, man. We're not going to do a final thoughts thing. We will see y'all in the next show. Make sure y'all subscribe to both Patreons because they are going to be lit this week. You heard? So make sure y'all are there. That is going to do it for us tonight. I appreciate you, Wayne, for jumping in here, man. Thank you so much for everything. Let's go home, bro. Prepare for glory.
Oh, no.
You stop.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kanan.
Now, you got to read this one because you got to tell them what happened.
Because, well, Mike, if we would have Mike, this is Mike. We would have did all of this. Anticipate pain, always remain faithful. We all gas. Hold up. Stop. Wait a minute. We got a contribution from Sean. And we got to read it. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I would have stopped it if I saw it. Yes.
Thanks, Breezy. Kanan's crying now. Woke up. Is it because I said Ricky? I think that's what woke up.
Started laughing loud, and you told the story about taking the TV off the wall. We would have been out of here. See?
Because you asked me why I ain't answer the phone. And I already told you in the text message, Mike. You didn't even respond to my text.
You said Mike gonna tell me the time for the show was, and I was defending myself.
You could have told. You said this show was supposed to start at 10 o'clock. I sat here.
You still gonna snitch.
Oh, shit. Good night, y'all. Anticipate pain.
Nah. All right. We out of here for real. All right, for real. You ready? Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
Will always
remain faithful, y'all.
Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey. See, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners.